All eyes are on Gujarat after the sudden exit of Vijay Rupani as Gujarat's chief minister. All BJP MLAs have been asked to reach Gandhinagar, and legislature party meeting is going to be held today at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. But who are in line to succeed Vijay Rupani as the chief minister of Gujarat? Union Minister Mansukh Mandavia and Gujarat Deputy Chief Minister Nitin Patel were seen arriving at BJP office at Gandhinagar on Saturday evening. According to sources, their names are being considered for the chief minister's post. BJP state president C.R. Patil's name is also said to be running for the top job in Gujarat. However, C.R. Patil told India Today that he's not in the race for being the chief minister in the contenders. Amongst the front runners in the fray are Gordhan Zadafia, BJP's Vice President of State and former Minister for Home and Security. Also, Praful Khoda Patel, Administrator of Lakshadweep, is also reported to be in the race of Gujarat's next Chief Minister. So what really went wrong with Vijay Rupani? Why did he resign all of a sudden? It was a bolt from the blue when he really resigned. Was the move a course correction by the BJP before the Gujarat polls? Our next report gives you all the answers.
Just months before Gujarat polls, change of guard in the state, an unexpected move from the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Vijay Rupani resigned from his chief ministerial post and tendered his resignation to the governor on Saturday afternoon.
मेरा मानना है कि अब गुजरात की विकास की यह यात्रा प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में एक नए उत्साह, नई ऊर्जा के साथ नए नेतृत्व में आगे बढ़नी चाहिए। ये ध्यान रखकर मैंने गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री पद के दायित्व से त्यागपत्र दिया है।
But what led to this sudden move? Here's the inside scoop. Sources say public anger over COVID mismanagement and proving to be a non-performer chief minister led to Rupani's resignation. Under his leadership, BJP also could not cross 100 seats in the 2017 election. Lack of coordination with State President C.R. Patil and Chief Minister was also said to be another possible reason. Sources also say that Rupani had no hold over his bureaucrats. But Vijay Rupani kept mum about the reason behind his resignation, instead thanking his party leadership in his parting shot.
अब मुझे पार्टी का द्वारा जो भी जिम्मेवारी मिलेगी उसका मैं संपूर्ण दायित्व और नए ऊर्जा के साथ प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी के मार्गदर्शन में मैं अवश्य काम करता रहूंगा।
Rupani succeeded Anandiben Patel and was sworn in as Gujarat Chief Minister in December 2017. The question is, who will be after him? Mansukh Mandavia, who has just been inducted as Union Health Minister in the Modi government, is one of the frontrunners. Nitin Patel, the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat, who's also the Minister of Health and Education, is another possible contender. BJP State President C.R. Patil is also set to be in the running for the top job in Gujarat. Praful Khoda Patel, Administrator of Lakshadweep, is also being considered as Gujarat's next Chief Minister. Also among the frontrunners is Gordhan Zadafia, BJP's Vice President of the state and former Minister of State. All BJP MLAs have been asked to reach Gandhinagar, and the legislator party meeting is likely to be held on Sunday morning. Rupani's resignation comes a year ahead of the elections in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's home state, and BJP views it as a major prestige battle. Taken by surprise, just like the public, Gujarat Congress Working Chief Hardik Patel reacted by claiming that this was a bid to distract people from the real issues.
सारे मुद्दों को दबाने के लिए, डाइवर्ट करने के लिए नेतृत्व परिवर्तन की बात चली। विजय भाई ने जिस तरह से प्रेस में बात की 2-3 बार, वो लगातार बोले कि मैं चेहरा नहीं हूँ, चेहरा तो नरेंद्र मोदी है गुजरात में। मैं ये समझना चाहता हूँ कि गुजरात के लोग आज भी अपनी परिस्थिति, अपनी तकलीफ बताने के लिए क्या दिल्ली प्रधानमंत्री के पास जाएंगे?
In a sequence of BJP changing chief ministers mid-course, the party has replaced yet another chief minister. Now, the BJP says this is its attempt at course-correcting ahead of a crucial state election. But the opposition says this is loss of face for the Bharatiya Janata Party. With Gopi Manyar in Ahmedabad, Paulami Saha in Delhi for India Today.
Vijay Rupani's surprising exit has thrown the spotlight of BJP Chief Minister's quitting spree. Rupani is the fourth Chief Minister to give up his chair in the last 6 months, and the opposition has been swift to hit out at the BJP leadership. Here's more coming in.
It was a Saturday shocker. Vijay Rupani quits as Gujarat Chief Minister.
गुजरात के विकास की यात्रा में गत 5 वर्षों में मुझे भी योगदान करने का जो अवसर मिला, उसके लिए मैं माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के बहुत आभारी हूं.
Attributing the decision to state welfare, Rupani resigned just ahead of the state poll slated for 2022 and has become the fourth BJP Chief Minister to resign in 6 months. With Rupani following in the footsteps of Karnataka's B.S. Yediyurappa, Uttarakhand's Tirath Singh Rawat and Trivendra Singh Rawat. B.S. Yediyurappa stepped down despite massive muscle flex by Lingayat leaders opposing his ouster and was succeeded by Basavaraj Bommai, who took over the top job in Karnataka.
We have unanimously elected Basavaraj Bommai as legislative party leader. We are all very happy. Congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for his support and all other things. And in his leadership, definitely he will work hard.
There were rumblings in Uttarakhand as well. Ahead of the 2022 polls, the state witnessed change of not one, but 2 chief ministers. Prior to Pushkar Singh Dhami's appointment as Uttarakhand Chief Minister in July, Tirath Singh Rawat had replaced Trivendra Singh Rawat in March.
और उस संवैधानिक संकट के कारण उन स्थितियों को देखते हुए मद्देनजर रखते हुए मैंने अपना इस्तीफा मुख्यमंत्री पद से देना उचित समझा.
TMC took a veiled attack at Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah over BJP Chief Minister's quitting spree in poll-bound states, claiming that the two really think CM stands for Chair's musical.
Fielding off criticism, the Bharatiya Janata Party has changed as many as 3 chief ministers in recent months. Now, the BJP says that this only goes to show that the party is mindful of the feedback that it is getting from the ground. But the opposition says this goes to show that all is not well within the Bharatiya Janata Party. With Gopi Manyar in Ahmedabad, Paulami Saha in Delhi for India Today.
The horrific rape of a Mumbai woman who eventually died has shocked the entire country, raising concerns over the safety of women in Mumbai. This was the key focus of an emergency meeting chaired by Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. During the meeting, Thackeray ordered senior officials to ensure that nobody can tarnish the image of Mumbai as a safe city, calling for strict measures to ensure such incidents do not occur again. The meeting comes in the backdrop of a brutal rape of a 32-year-old woman in Mumbai's Sakinaka. Mumbai police has traced the accused via CCTV video. Uddhav also announced a series of directions to the Mumbai police to up their ante. File charge sheet within 1 month. Special government prosecutor to be appointed without waiting for the case to be heard in court. Patrols must be intensified by setting up hotspots in cities where safety may be compromised. Nirbhaya squads consisting of women officers to be set up in every police station who will go on late night rounds. 9 years after a rape case in Delhi shook the entire nation. Now there is a Nirbhaya-like horror coming in from Mumbai. A 32-year-old girl was brutally raped. She was tortured with an iron rod by a 45-year-old man, and then he dumped her into a truck. The woman, who was found unconscious, died in a hospital during treatment. Here's more.
Another Nirbhaya-like incident. An innocent life lost. She was raped and brutally assaulted. A 32-year-old Mumbai woman is no more after she was raped and horrifically tortured in Sakinaka on Friday. The woman was assaulted with an iron rod, not once or twice, but several times. She sustained grave injuries in her private parts. The details of rape and torture are a grim reminder of 2012's Nirbhaya gang rape case in Delhi.
The fast-track court should be set up, and definitely a punishment should be there, that people must get some lesson from this punishment. We'll try our level best.
After the crime, some passers-by found the victim lying unconscious in a pool of blood. Her condition was extremely critical. After being rushed to hospital, she was put on ventilator support and doctors performed emergency surgery, but the woman could not be saved.
We could trace out the accused of UP and we have taken his police custody till 21st of September. Fast track court will be instituted.
Mumbai police have recovered CCTV footage, which they say could play a crucial role in nabbing those accused. According to the police, an accused, a 45-year-old man, has been held, but the Mumbai cops believe that there could be more culprits. The BJP was quick to attack the Uddhav government over law and order situation in the state.
पिछले एक महीने में महाराष्ट्र में बलात्कार, सामूहिक बलात्कार, इसकी घटनाएं बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है और ये बहुत चिंता की बात है। सरकार ने इसकी ओर ध्यान देना चाहिए, ऐसा हमारा मानना है।
The National Commission for Women has also taken suo motu cognizance of the case.
We have taken, NCW has taken suo motu, and we are going to, I'm going to send a member also if nothing happens till today evening to inquire about the incident and also extend help to the victim's family.
It is time for us citizens of India to demand accountability from the paid public servants. If we don't do this, and from our politicians whom we have elected, women are not going to be safe.
Mumbai, considered to be among the safest cities when it comes to women's safety, but incidents like these shake that confidence. As per a 2017 record of the National Crime Records Bureau, a woman is raped in India every 15 minutes.
The police are saying that the CCTV footage remains the very crucial piece of evidence in this whole case. There's a whole lot of politics is also going on. The Mumbai police have been ordered by the Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray that the case investigation should be done thoroughly. The case should be run on a fast-track court and immediate justice should be given to her. With camera person Vijay Desai and Ijaz Khan, this is Saurabh Vakhtania in Mumbai for India Today.
The inclusion of RSS ideologues and V.D. Savarkar and Govalkar in Kannur University syllabus in MA Governance and Politics course has created a furore in Kerala. CPM, the ruling party in the state, has alleged that it is an attempt to saffronize education. Meanwhile, the administration has formed a 5-member committee to investigate the allegations. Here's more on the story.
Ideologies of Vinayak Damodar Savarkar and MS Golwalkar facing opposition. A political controversy is brewing in Kerala over the inclusion of works and thoughts of RSS in Kannur University syllabus in MA Governance and Politics courses. Students' organizations have hit the streets to protest against the move and burnt copies of the new syllabus. Left-wing and Congress student organizations also demanded that the syllabus be changed. After the row, University has placed the new syllabus on hold and set up a 5-member committee to investigate the merit of the issue. India Today has learnt that a report by the committee will be submitted within 5 days. The Vice-Chancellor of Kannur University, Dr. Gopinath Ravindran, has denied the saffronization of education charge.
Since yesterday, there has been a controversy alleging that Kannur University has saffronized the political science program syllabus. This is entirely incorrect.
The ruling CPM has also come down heavily on the university.
All the responsibility of the formulation of syllabus is on the university. Here there was criticism about the syllabus. Naturally they have to rectify whatever errors from their side. So we hope that they will make necessary changes.
Amid the political row over the issue, Heated protests by opposition student unions continue in the university.
With the review committee put in place, members of KSU and MSF have withdrawn their protest, and they've said that the next course of action will be taken post the review committee's report. Meanwhile, State Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has stated that the stand of the state is very clear. They will not be allowing any form of saffronization in their education system. With camera person Daniel from Chennai, this is Akshay Nath for India Today.
A year after an Air India plane crashed in Kerala's Kozhikode, killing 21 people, Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau has released a report on some key findings. The plane bringing stranded Indians from Dubai had skid off the tabletop runway at Kozhikode International Airport on 7th August 2020. The aircraft split into 3 parts, and several of the 165 passengers and 4 cabin crew members on board who survived the tragic accident were grievously injured. Over a year after the tragic incident, Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau said in its report that the probable cause of the accident was the non-adherence of the SOP, or the standard operating procedure, by the pilot flying the plane. The report says that the pilot continued an unstabilized approach and landed beyond the touchdown zone halfway down the runway in spite of the go-round call by the monitoring pilot. The report, however, states that the role of a systemic failure as a contributory factor cannot be overlooked in this accident. The investigation report was delayed twice due to COVID pandemic. 20 years after the worst attacks on its soil, Americans remembered 9/11 victims. President Joe Biden, former Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton joined relatives of victims and first responders at the September 11 Memorial Plaza in New York, the site where the World Trade Center towers fell 2 decades ago. The names of 2,997 victims from 90 different nationalities were read out loud as the memorial procession proceeded. Former President Bush led the memorial service in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, the site of the Flight 93 crash. With somber overtone, memorial service was commenced at all 3 sites of the 9/11 attack that changed the world forever.
20 years ago, terrorists chose a random group of Americans on a routine flight to be collateral damage in a spectacular act of terror. The 33 passengers and 7 crew of Flight 93 could have been any group of citizens selected by fate. In a sense, they stood in for us all. These Americans were brave, strong, and united in ways that shocked the terrorists, but should not surprise any of us. This is the nation we know.
The shocking images of 2 aircraft crashing into the World Trade Center in New York continue to haunt the entire world till date. Here's remembering the 9/11 attacks.
At 8:46 a.m., the first aircraft smashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The impact captured by chance on the ground by firemen filming a routine drill. But only 17 minutes later, it became clear what had been unleashed on the United States. As the world watched in horror live on television, a second airliner smashed into the South Tower at 9:03 a.m. The 2 blazing towers forever emblazoned on the world's collective mind. Numbness, shock, disbelief that these were truly the images being beamed out of Lower Manhattan. But the horror wasn't over. At 9:37 a.m., a third airliner dived out of the sky and crashed into one side of the Pentagon. By this time, it was clear that America was under attack. There were no more illusions. Even the passengers on board a fourth jet, United 93, knew what was happening. They rose as one to overwhelm the hijackers, to foil their mission to destroy the White House or Capitol Hill. It's been 20 years, and it's very likely you remember precisely where you were and what you were doing when your attention was grabbed violently by these images. Images that have lost none of their terrible potency even 2 decades on. The day of infamy changed the world forever. And what we see now in Afghanistan, a crushing irony of the failure to end the terror that caused 9/11. Nearly 3,000 persons died that Tuesday morning. The two towering infernos, an eternal symbol of that dark day. The collapse of the two towers, the sight of the giant skyscrapers crumbling to the ground. Unforgettable.
Okay, we'll get him out.
And now, in the place of those two towers, are these two memorial pools of water, reflecting the sky and the eternal journey of those who perished in them. The pools lie in the shadow of the Freedom Tower, officially One World Trade Center, now America's tallest building and the 6th tallest in the world. A symbol of resilience and the will to overcome terror. But 2 decades later, America must digest the fact that those who perpetrated this day of infamy are being welcomed back to Kabul. And those who gave them a safe haven are the new rulers of Afghanistan. Nothing has changed. Bureau Report, India Today.